Now, if the Quest don't look good, Malik won't look good. If Malik won't look good, the Quest won't look good. Now, the Quest don't look good, Queens won't look good. Now since the sounds are universal, New York won't look good. Man, uh, I just want to say rest in peace to Malik Taylor, aka the 5 foot assassin, aka the 5 footer, aka Phife Diggy, aka Phife Dawg of Tribe Called Quest. You guys should know who Phife Dawg is. I did a review on all five of the Tribe's albums. I did a review on his solo album, his own solo album, and I've spoke fondly of Tribe of Phife. You know what I mean? He died this morning. We don't know what he died from, but more than likely, it's from complications of of type 1 diabetes because he's been you know, dealing with that battle, his battle with diabetes, and man, like it came as such a shock, you know what I mean? And how I found out was because my man Jazz, shout out to my dude Jazz, um, he posted a question in my messenger saying, "Yo, Phife Dawg died." I'm like, what? No way. So me being me, I like to go on Google first because usually Google, usually has like credible sources as far as like like official, links and stuff like that from official websites. And long and behold, like yeah, he passed away. And man, I'm so sad, man. And I had to rock the New York Knicks jersey because he's a New York Knicks fan, so I had to represent. You know what I mean? And you know, I felt like Phife Dawg never got his shine. He always got respect, but I always felt like he never got the respect that he deserved, in my opinion. I feel like he definitely made his way in. I feel like he's one of the most influential MCs in the game. Um, yeah, man, it's just so sad, man, that like I would have never expected that to hear that because, you know, just based on like the interviews, I mean, obviously he lost a lot of weight, because he used to little, he used to have a little, he was a little chubby, whatever, but he lost a lot of weight and he had to because of his disease that he had. And man, it's like I can't, I don't even know what to say, man. It's just like it's a big loss for hip hop. Very big loss for hip hop. I remember first hearing Tribe Called Quest back in '92 on the radio, more than likely 98.7 Kiss FM, because at the time Hot 97 wasn't a hip hop station until like 93, 94. And the first song I heard from them was Check the Rhyme. I used to hear that song a lot during the summer of '92, and I used to hear that song all the time, and that song always stuck with me, and that's when I became a fan of Tribe Called Quest. And I remember, my father, was sick with cancer at that time around '92, and me going to the hospital, me and my mom just going to taking him to the hospital, and anytime we would go to the hospital, Electric Relaxation will always play on the radio. So that song always holds a special place in my heart. It always like would make me feel better just by the, obviously not the subject matter they were talking about, but just the beat, the way the beat sounded. It's just how dope the song sounded. You know what I mean? And I just want to say thank you, Phife, for all the dope music that you provided to the world, for over the years, man. You definitely gonna be missed. A big loss for hip hop, big loss for New York, and especially a big loss for Queens. Because when it comes to Queens, man, like we really hold our MCs near and dearly. You know what I mean? We really like when it comes to hip hop. Because a lot of people like to shit on Queens and stuff like I feel like Queens get respect, but it doesn't. You know what I mean? It's always about Brooklyn, the Bronx, and stuff like that. And that's no disrespect to those boroughs, but um, you know what I mean. But I've always and then another thing too, like I don't want to see people saying, "Oh, R.I.P. Phife Dawg." knowing that you the same nigga that was dissing Phife Dawg. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, he sucks. Like, he's a detriment to the group. Well, let me tell you this. Yes, Q-Tip was dope, dope producer and dope MC, but Tribe wouldn't, in my opinion, I don't think Tribe would have had the same impact if it wasn't for Phife, because yeah, and when you heard the first album, you didn't really get, you didn't really get to hear Phife like that. It wasn't until Law and Theory when he started, like, he just came out of nowhere. You know what I mean? I mean, yeah, Phife, he came out with a couple of songs like oh, what's the song? El Segundo. I left my wallet at El Segundo and stuff like that. Other songs like that. Mr. Muhammad and other songs. I can't remember all the name of the songs, but it wasn't until Law and Theories when he, in my opinion, blossomed. He shined throughout that album. Um, even on Midnight Marauders, man, like the song 8 Million Stories, I fucking love that song. Where he's talking about taking his little brother to KB toy stores. That shit bring back memories, man. It's a toy, for those that don't know, KB Toy Store was a franchise throughout the United States that sold toys and stuff like that. It was kind of like a Toys R Us in a sense. I think they went out of business. I know a lot of them went out of business. You might have a few here and there, but you don't see too many. But when he said like I take my little brother to KB Toy Stores in Green Acres Mall, it is just so, it's so reminiscent because I remember going to that KB Toy Store in Green Acres Mall, because Green Acres Mall is like literally like 7 minutes away from my house where I lived in Springfield Gardens. And Tribe, well, particularly Q-Tip and Phife are from St. Albans. St. Albans is about 10 to 15 minutes away from my neighborhood, because you got Laurel, like you have Springfield Gardens, then you have Laurelton, then you have Rosedale, then I think going towards the east or westward, the east, going more east is St. Albans, Merrick Bullock, like Merrick, St. Albans, Queens Village, Cambria Heights, places like that. So when he talks all about that, like all the streets and the neighborhoods, it really brings me back home, and that's what I love about that. They rep Queens to the fullest. So that's why I say that it's a really big loss for Queens in general, but in hip hop in general, honestly, obviously. But like I said, Queens is always gonna have that relationship with Tribe. I don't care what. Same thing with Freaky Tah. When Freaky Tah died, that was a big loss for Queens from Lost Boys. Recipes um to Freaky Tah. Matter of fact, I believe his anniversary comes up in a couple of days, because I believe he died around this time. I believe on March 27th. I believe so. I'm not sure about that. Forgot, but I remember him dying around that time. But man, like it's just such a big loss, man. But and like I said, yeah, I just can't think of anything to say, man. It's just I'm lost for words. Like it's just, yeah, man. It's just Phife. I love you, my dude, man. Like we gotta start taking care of ourselves. If you guys notice, like anytime I watch, I do my reviews, my videos, I always have water, because you never know. You never know. I try to take care of myself. I've mentioned in the past, like I'm trying to lose weight. I'm trying to eat better. Things like that. It's hard. It's not easy, but yeah. But you only could do but so much. But it is what it is. But we just gotta start taking care of ourselves. Like I said, more than likely his cause of death was more than likely his battle with diabetes, and supposedly he was supposed to come out with an album. It's called let me see, Muddy Morphosis. It was supposed to come out later this year. Well, he wanted it to drop this year. He's been working on it since 2013, things like that. So yeah, man, that would have been dope. Like I said, I did a review on this album right here. I'm gonna be honest with you, I feel like the album could have been a lot better. Because like I said, Phife is dope. I think he's a dope MC. I just feel like the production could have been a little bit better. But I'm just being real and stuff like that. And I'm gonna say some shit controversial, and but I'm just being real with myself, and I'm being real, and I think most people feel the same way. But I feel like Q-Tip kind of like you know, you can see that Phife and at least Shaheed Muhammad and Jerobi was trying to keep the brand, the Tribe brand alive. I hate using the word brand, but trying to keep Tribe alive. But I always felt like Q-Tip. I felt like he was too good. He was too good. I felt like he felt like he was too good for Tribe, which is why you didn't really see him in interviews with Phife and with the rest of Tribe, and I think that's so fucked up. Like, you just set that. I think you should set your egos aside. And yeah, him and Phife had their issues, but I think you should put that aside, man, and just like it like just represent your brand to the fullest. You know what I mean? Same thing with Naughty by Nature. Like Naughty by Nature, Vinny and Tretch didn't get along. They had a falling out, but they still went with it. You know what I mean? They still are carrying the brand, and I wish Q-Tip would have just just put aside his problems with Phife and just go on with the with the wheel and shit like that. But it's just unfortunate, man. It's just I don't know, man. But that's how I feel about that, and I just hope it does come out. The Muddy Morphosis come out, but I just want to give a condolences to the Tribe family, to his family, Fife's family, and things like that, man. You definitely could be missed. Like I said, I had to rock the Knicks jersey because I know you're a big Knicks fan. So, love you, my dude. Thank you. Like I said, I want to say thank you for the music influence, that you influence everybody, worldwide and stuff like that. And I just hope that, Phife Dawg, and the rest of the fallen soldiers get mentioned like Tupac and Biggie do, because a lot of dope MCs throughout the years have passed away, like Guru, Killer Shah, Heavy D, Easy, Big L, and Father Shahid of Poor Righteous Teachers, and people like that, E Money Bags and stuff like that, Guru of Gangstar. I hope they get as much mention as Tupac and Biggie, and the reason why I say that is because I feel like when anytime, and this is no disrespect to Tupac and Biggie, but anytime their anniversary comes up, people make a big deal about, which is what you should do, but people act like they were the first MCs to die in hip hop, and they weren't. You know what I mean? I felt like the artists that I mentioned before had just as much impact to hip hop, but I felt like it's because of the subject matter. They're not talking about fucking women, or talk about guns or drug deals and stuff like that. And it's sad. Like you shouldn't celebrate that kind of shit. Like, you should celebrate people for who they were as people and the influence that they brought onto people and things like that. And Big Pun as well. How could I forget Big Pun? And it's funny too because I went to Faith Farm in Fort Lauderdale, going digging and stuff like that. And this one stupid ass nigga had the nerve to say, "Oh, Big Pun is not relevant. He's not relevant to the hood." And I wanted to smack the shit out of him. And I had to school him, trying to tell him yo, Big Pun was the first Latin solo rapper to go platinum. Cypress Hill were the first Latin hip hop group to go platinum, but as far as the solo wise, Big Pun was the first, and that's an accomplishment because in hip hop, even though Puerto Ricans and blacks were kind of like, in my opinion, were the innovators of hip hop, throughout the Bronx or whatever. I feel like like Latin MCs don't get the shine that they deserve, and that's because of their skin. And I think it's fucked up, and we need to stop that. But I'm going off topic. But I had to school son like, yo, Big Pun is one of the most influential cats in hip hop, and then, of course, like, and I mentioned about Tupac and Biggie and things like that, and saying like, oh, Tupac was real, and He was talking about this and that and da 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 da. And I had to school him about Tupac and Biggie and things like that. And but he was a young dude. I think he had to be like about 23 and stuff like that. I usually don't like having conversations like that because with people like that, it usually goes nowhere. But getting back to Phife, I'm going off topic, but I felt like it was appropriate for this. Um, but like I said, I do hope that you guys give Phife the same attention like you do a Tupac or a Biggie. Same thing with the Fallen Soldiers. That's all I have to say about that. Um, like I said, I want to say rest in peace. Love you, Phife. Definitely, definitely pick this up. To add on to your Tribe collection. Definitely pick up all the Tribe albums. All that good stuff. Queens get the money. Love you, my dude. Peace.